Hello everybody, this is TT Lemon, and what I have here is the smallest button operated 3x3 door so far made in Minecraft. We've got a button down here at the bottom. Press it once, it closes. Press it again and it opens. Now this is the exact same size as the smallest lever operated 3x3, which I've also made one of that size, so I'll link that down in the description. And so I'll explain to you how it works. So what we have on this side is just a normal thing for closing it. See if we do that, that happens, and it opens perfectly normally. Now the clever trick with this is the double extender. So if I put a button here, so once this is fired it'll be like that, that opens and then this is fired, and a press of that button will bring the block back. And so I've just got that set as the delay from the main button, so this T flip-flop here will power this just like the lever does, but this delay takes too long for the double extender to come on, so it doesn't affect anything as it's closing. But as we go to open the door, this pulls back and then the 6 ticks delay here comes off, or 7, and then the double extender comes on like this. That's very simple. So basically all this side up here and the top part, that's all the same as on the lever operated double extender. It's just the stuff down here which is different. Now this T flip-flop here is quite clever. I didn't come up with it, it's from the Minecraft forums. If I remember the link I'll put that in the description. Basically there's an item down here, I've got a comparator in there. So when I press a button, that's going to get fired from here up into this dropper, and it's going to give an output, and also this button's going to give a thing along here, so that'll happen. And now when I press it again, it's going to be fired out of this dropper, it's going to come lay on top of this comparator and then be sucked up by this hopper and put back in here. Now this is reliable, the item never goes flying off down on the sides or anything. It'll always land on top of this dropper, this hopper, and go back into it. And that's how that works. So, and now the double extender, it's powered by a clock, and so we can only use a stone button because that's what provides it the right delay. If I try and activate it with a wooden button, it stays on for too long and it goes off again. So as you may notice, this piston is being powered by the redstone here, and it's not going off, and that's because of the way this works. So if I remove this, basically when the torch turns off and lets this turn off, it will turn this torch on, go into this repeater, which will go into this block and start a clock which will go on for the amount of delay the stone button is pressed. And basically what happens in that time is the line goes off and it extends because this torch powers this and then that piston there, and then this repeater will turn this line back on again like so, so that will drop, and then it turns off again, so this comes back up, and then the torch down here will come back on again, and it will power this line which will power this piston, but because this is going to get powered first, it can't extend because this is extended above it and you can't push an extended piston. And so then 1 tick later this is going to drop, but because that happens after this has been powered, it won't update it because of some strange block updatiness which is always in Minecraft. So that's how that works. Now if you want to make it just from this, and you can do that, and if not, I'm now going to show you a tutorial. So this is how we're going to get started. This is our 3x3 opening. We're going to have 3 pistons along the top, 2 on each side, and the standard double extender at the bottom, and a piston just here. As you can see, I've denoted the pistons, the blocks which get pushed by the pistons in a different block than the ones that aren't really pushed. And so to start off with, we're going to want our input, which is our hopper, dropper, T flip-flop. So you want to build down 4 blocks, and then place dropper facing up. And this is going to be the bottom floor of your design if you're digging a hole, so it'll be that. Then you're going to place a dropper facing that way towards this piston here. So you can break that block and place a hopper. So what you need to do is you're going to have to hold down shift and then click on the side of this so it will point into it, and then hold shift again like that and place a comparator there. It doesn't matter what mode that's in. So that's going to go up into a block and have torch, torch, block, torch, block. And now what I'm going to suggest you do is just take these out. I'm going to put these in later. And I'm going to place our torch here, and then we're going to build a little torch tower coming up like this, and then a redstone dot on top. So we've got our tower comes up along there and another row up there. Now we're going to place another one right here, so just take out the block because it's going to fire this piston. You can put that back now. And then last of all, we need to place a sticky piston on that torch so it comes outwards like that with a block on it. And now we can place our pistons, so I have two there like that, and this is going to do our part of our closing circuit. So what we want to do now is just throw an item onto that comparator, and that'll be sucked up by that hopper and go into the bottom dropper. Now put our button on, so our T flip-flop is ready, and it will do those 4 blocks there, though the double extender isn't done yet. Now we're going to leave the double extender till last and do the top circuit first. So what you're going to want to do is place a sticky piston facing upwards on top of that piston, and put a half slab there, and then another block right there, and this is where our minecart's going to sit. Now next, straight above this dot and 1 block above these pistons, we're going to place a block, and now we're going to get some string and some tripwire hooks. Like that. So place our tripwire hooks there. You're going to want 2 bits of string, a block on the last piston, and another tripwire hook. Now we can place our minecart on. Now the way I suggest to, so we can get it in the best place, is you're going to place 2 blocks like that, and then put your rails along so the rails facing the right direction. Place your minecart on there and stand on the spot and push it along just a bit, and then remove these. Now that gets in just the right place, and you can place blocks alongside it because it's aligned nicely. So that's how you're going to want that, and just try not to disturb that minecart. So now all we need is a torch, and we can take our signal out along here. So we're going to have a torch on that block, which goes into a redstone, and then a torch on that block, and that's going to go into a line of redstone along there. And that's just so when this piston fires, it's going to lift that minecart off and put into the tripwire, and this tripwire hook will power all 3 of these pistons. Then it will depower that, which will power that, and that redstone dust here on this block will power these 2 pistons. So we can see that all is powered. And now all we need is to make double extender. So place 2 blocks along, then go up into a block there. Now 2 repeaters on 3 ticks of delay. That goes into a torch, into a block, and then it's going to have a block on the side and a block up here in a little V pattern. I'm going to place redstone on these 2. Now be careful because it will power this, but we'll sort it out later. Now we can place our torch here, and get our block back there, and place a half slab there, so it's on the top half of the block, so we can place a redstone repeater facing outwards on 2 ticks of delay, then a wall block there which will complete the clock. And now you can't fire it, otherwise it will break because that piston's in the wrong place, so just break this redstone and replace it. And that's you done. I'll just clear my inventory there, and this is it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and following the video I will show you how to input it, because some people, they have difficulty with figuring out how to actually activate the door once they've got it all built. So what you're going to want to do is you need to have a repeater coming into here. You can have one on each side. If you've got a button on either side of the door, you just need to get the redstone down here, and we're going to have our buttons like that. And now you can't put redstone like that because it doesn't work for some reason, I don't know why. You have to have a repeater going in. So if your door's coming through here, you can maybe have a button up here somewhere and just lead the wire down to here, and like that, so you can have a button on either side of the door. So that's really quite simple. So again, any questions you've got, write them in the description. You've come on several servers like the CubeCrowd server and the Red Block server. Come see me there if you want any help with anything. And thank you for watching. Leave it a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more of my stuff, and goodbye.